everyone. Desiree and I just flew into Alaska, into Anchorage last night. It's about 5:30 Wednesday morning here. We're standing at Ship Creek this morning. We're just trying to do some scouting. Hopefully we'll get to do a little fishing here later on once we get some fishing license. But as you can see, you can fish right here in downtown Anchorage, and they're catching kings right here in this creek. And so hopefully we're going to try and get some lines out here in the water here later on today and maybe have a little bit of success. As you can see, it's gorgeous here. You guys can see we made our way down to Seward today here in Alaska. Today is our second full day in Alaska. Yesterday we were up in Anchorage all day. Yesterday we did some king salmon fishing, Desiree and I. Unfortunately we didn't catch anything. So then today we drove down here about 3 hours south of Anchorage to Seward. We're getting ready to go out on one of these sightseeing cruises. Maybe we'll get to see some whales or some orcas out there. We're going to spend the day down here basically. Then we'll drive back up north to Castle Loft tonight, about 3 hours away. We'll stay there for 2 days. Desiree and I are going to go out to Russian River tomorrow, possibly do some fishing for some sockeye salmon. Maybe we'll see a grizzly bear along the way. We saw one moose on our way down to here this morning, so it's been a great trip so far.
Thursday night. It is definitely night, even though it doesn't look like it. It's 9 o'clock p.m. right now. Today we did a wildlife watching cruise, 3.5 hours out of Seward, and we saw some whales, several actually, 6 different whales at least, sea lions, sea otters. It was a great trip, nice cruise. And now we're back here for the evening, good view of the bay. Tomorrow we're gonna run down to the Russian River and hopefully catch up with some salmon.
Morning everyone. It's June 11th, Friday. It's actually opening day. It just worked out great for us. It's opening day of sockeye and pink salmon. Desiree and I just made it down here at 7 o'clock and we're at the Russian River. We're at the parking at the campground. So there's a few vehicles up the road in another parking lot and there's 3 here in this parking lot. The majority of the people are fishing over on the Kenai and Russian River confluence. But we're actually going to take a hiking trail here and hike up about 2 miles up to the falls is as far as you can go. About 600 yards below the Russian Falls is where you're allowed to start fishing, and you can fish from there down to the confluence here at the Kenai River. For sockeye salmon, pink salmon opens up today, like I said. But hopefully we're going to go up and see if we can't see some fish and hopefully avoid some bears. Apparently there are bears here in the area, so stay tuned with us. Hopefully we're going to have a good day. We're at the top end of the Russian River up at the falls. This is a salmon sanctuary area for these salmon. You probably can't see them on this video, but there is a pile of salmon schooled up right there by that fish ladder. They literally have to come up over these cliffs of these falls as they're migrating on their spawning journey up over, and they continue clean up into the upper Russian Lake. Well, we made it upstream at the Russian River here this morning. Desiree's first cast in for sockeye salmon in the Russian River. As you can see, it's really flowing pretty quick. Just kind of got to find these little pools where they're holed up. A lot of people downstream below us. We're about 1.5 miles up the Russian River. First time we've ever been here, so hopefully we'll get a few of these fish here and we can show you.
One on, one on. I better go try to net this one.
Here it is, guys. Here's our first sockeye salmon. Desiree and I have been here about 5 hours this morning on the Russian River. We hiked the whole way up to the falls, hiked our way back down. We were just over here in this super fast water. And I had one on before I had this one and I lost it. It's super hard to try and net a fish in this river. It's so quick, but it's super exciting and awesome. Desiree, big thanks to her for getting it finally netted for us. But what a trip here in Alaska. We got our first Alaska salmon on our own. If you ever get the chance, this is the place to come because the scenery is even spectacular. Well guys, here's Desiree's first sockeye on the Russian River about 5 minutes after I caught mine. Like I said, it's super hard pulling them out. We're pulling them across from over there out through these rapids and netting them down below her.
Boy, do they really fight. They don't look as big as the kings, but man, they just fight like crazy.
We're gonna see if we can't catch a couple more here for you.
Well, Josh just netted my second sockeye here on the Russian River. Ooh, what an adrenaline rush.
I'm soaked. Desiree with their second sockeye.
This is so much fun. Josh got another one on.
A little rainbow trout.
Cool.
Rainbow.
It's running. Gotta go net again. It's Monday morning. We're here in Denali National Park, hoping to see some wildlife. I'd really like to see a bear. So far we've seen a lot of moose on the trip, but no bear yet. Yesterday we rode ATVs right next to Denali. That was a lot of fun. Views there and here are spectacular. See Denali in the background, and then after looking for some wildlife, we're going to head up to Fairbanks later today.
We're here in Bridal Veil Falls. We're about 10 miles from the town of Valdez. We traveled down here to Valdez. Left this morning. It's about a 6.5-hour trip. Everything on this drive down has been gorgeous. But we have a place to stay tonight down in Valdez, and hopefully we'll get to see some salmon or maybe some bears down there this evening.
Well, we made it to Valdez. We're actually at the Sullivan Gulch Hatchery right now. It happens to be North America's largest king salmon hatchery. It's a pretty impressive place. If only we were a couple weeks later, this place would be filled with pink salmon, that they would be letting them come in and spawn and incubating them and then re-releasing them. We were hoping to come down here and see some bears, maybe some seals, sea lions. All of those have been feed on them here. Unfortunately, we're just a few weeks early. It's our last evening in Anchorage. We actually fly out tomorrow evening at about midnight. So this is our last night here. 9:30 p.m. River's a little bit bigger than we're used to. you can see, the mosquitoes are terrible.
Well, it's Thursday, June 17th. It's almost 10 o'clock. Desiree and I are down here on the Kutina River. This was our second chance we got to fish on this trip. It was more of a sightseeing family vacation for mom and dad for their 40th wedding anniversary. As you can see, it's just amazing to be up here in Alaska. These rivers are unreal. We fished here for maybe about 3 hours. Unfortunately, we didn't catch anything. This river is really high, and obviously there's some type of learning curve here. We had fished the Russian River and had some success there earlier in the trip. It's a smaller river, but this one's a lot bigger and a lot faster right now. So obviously we have some homework to do. We'll possibly be up here next year, maybe if we're lucky, fingers crossed, because once you come up here, you're going to want to come back every single time. We have to drive into Anchorage tomorrow to catch a plane. Our plane leaves at midnight tomorrow night, Friday evening. So we'll have to get our bags packed tomorrow. Probably sleep in the morning since it's already 10 o'clock. But man, what a great trip we've had here in Alaska. If you get the opportunity to come up here to do anything, even if it's just to sightsee, you definitely want to come to Alaska one time in your life if you ever get the chance to make it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed some of our footage that we had here. Like I said, it hasn't been the normal hunting and fishing non-stop, but man, what a vacation we've had here in Alaska, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
And that's the 10 o'clock at night sun.